Well, hello, this is Angela Odom, and I am so grateful and happy and honored and so pleased to be here with you. I am your life and leadership coach, founder of the Better You Project brand, host of the Better You podcast, author of Bronco Strong, a memoir of the last deployed personal services battalion, also a contributing author of Camouflage Sisters, Leadership from the Eyes of Senior Military Women Leaders, a member of AARP Georgia. I'm on the Veterans Advisory Board, and I'm also a mom of a talented teenager. Woohoo! Let me just stop for a second. And we now have 2 Chihuahuas. And with all of that, I'm a very proud Army veteran. Now, why do I tell you that? I'm telling you that because guess what? We are focusing on April 28th. We're going to do a book review and discussion of the book Can't Hurt Me. So I have a reading list on Instagram. If you actually go to Angela O's reading list, you will see the books, right? And so we're going to do a discussion on Zoom on April 28th. All the times that I talk to you about are going to be in Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do it at 7 p.m. And I will definitely share, of course, the details with you. But I'm just giving you a heads up, right? So go ahead and get the book. You can do audio. You can do, the written form, whatever works for you to get it. Or you just go do what everybody else, just Google it and learn from it that way, right? This is by David Goggins. And I think it will help all of us with our mindset. It'll help us with our mindset. And that's what we all need, help with our mindset. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you say good morning, sunshine. Woohoo. Yes. Good morning, Carrie. How you doing in Minnesota? So for today's topic, I want to share with you how I raised $3,223 selling popcorn. This was like in 4 days. So I just want to share with you the process. Here's the motivation and some of the strategy also. Now, it's not about the popcorn. It's not about the sales. It is about you and you being a leader and what you can do. Oh, Carrie says, repeat the book. Okay. Repeat the book. Yes, definitely. It is David Goggins. He's the author, Goggins, Goggins. The name of the book is Can't Hurt Me, right? Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Thank you for that. That's a great point. And so today, that's what we're talking about is how I raised, $3,200 really selling popcorn. And I just want to share with you what we did. So I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and my local chapter collectively raised, get this, you should have like a drum roll, $301,340 in 4 days selling popcorn. Yes, I understand you're like me, like, wow. So what happened was our fundraising leaders, they coordinated this event through a company called Double Good, right? And the Double Good, and the background of the company is the popcorn's good and they do good in the community. So they say Double Good, that's the name of their company. So we are the largest fundraising group in Double Good history. And then, so I'm just going to tell you how we did it. It's no secret. It was teamwork because nothing significant is done alone. So one of the, I'm one of the leaders in the chapter, and I wanted to support the fundraising effort. So, at first I was just like, wait, how much, what are we going to do? We're going to sell popcorn? Oh, okay. And then, oh, by the way, how much money do you think we're going to make in 4 days? Whatever. I just trusted the process. So for me, I simply did my part, right? And so the one thing I want to share is that everywhere you go, you are not necessarily the person in charge, right? You are not the leader of the project all the time. If you are, that's exhausting. Sometimes You are the person who's taking in the directions, who's following the instructions, who's looking at the framework and the roadmap and doing your part. So that's what I did, right? I did my part. I listened to our leaders and I followed directions, right? That's what I did. So my chapter conducted this virtual popcorn fundraiser beginning on Thursday, April 1st at noon and ended on Monday, April 5th at noon. And so the bottom line is this $301,000. We will receive half of that as a chapter. So the company is going to mail the check to our chapter. The money, those monies, 151,000, whatever that is, half of that, the money is projected to go towards scholarships for local students and other public service initiatives. So we had over 200 chapter members to set up virtual pop-up boutiques. We just used the Double Goods app. They had everything in place. They actually make the popcorn fresh. And so what we did is we set the boutiques up, and our members who did not have the set up their popcorn shops or their boutiques, their popcorn stores, they contributed by buying popcorn from other members, right? So everybody participated. And one of the things that I was so excited about was how our leaders presented the plan to the membership, shared their vision. They provided training. They did like a roadmap, they did a framework. And oh, by the way, guess what? We all like incentives. So they had incentives for like the top 3 sellers, right? I think I was like number 16 or something. So they had, they had something for everyone. And they had a leaderboard so we can, hey, Candace Hurley, how you doing? She says nothing significant is ever done alone. Yeah, that is my belief. That's one of my core beliefs, right? And so I am just so excited about the way our leadership actually presented this plan, right? So I'm gonna walk you through it, and the whole point is for you to stand back and you say, you know what, me as a leader, me as someone in a position of authority or power, then how will I go about presenting a big idea, right? What will I do? That's the whole point. And so in addition to the incentives, the technical training, the vision, they presented like an opportunity. It was like we were like, oh, what are we doing? We were rallying around our core principles as an organization, which are sisterhood, service, and scholarship. That's what we focus on all the time as an organization, right? And I'm a member of that organization. I believe in that sisterhood, service, and scholarship. And so that's one of the things that you might do, as you are vision casting. You understand what your organization's core beliefs are, what the culture is. And so for us, we focus on building healthy relationships with other members of our organization. We also, we're just all on board for providing community service with our local area, within a local area. And then we just create opportunities for others to advance in their life, whether it's their academic or their professional goals, whatever it is. That's what we are about as an organization. And I very much appreciate being a member, a part of this, because it's like-minded women, right? And so the powerful lesson that I got and I want to share with you, with men and women, right, is when you present a project to your team, you personally need to start with the end in mind. And then you want to develop a solid communication plan. And up front, you just right away know that there will be objections. You're going to encounter objections. Everybody's not going to be on board with your plan, your vision. And so once you think about what those objections might be, then you proceed to developing viable solutions to each one of those objections. you just hit it one bump, 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 bump. You come up in your mind with your team. You develop strategies to overcome those objections so that people are on board with your plan and your vision, right? And so one of the things that I do appreciate is each member of our fundraising committee, they led by example. They also had their virtual popcorn boutiques. Like they were not just saying, hey, I want everybody to set up a boutique. And we were like, what's that? What's a boutique? What's a virtual store? No, they set it up themselves, and and then they showed us, what that might look like. We could see their stores as examples, and so you want to do that. And so, let's just start with who led the effort. So, of course, we have a chapter president. We have this committee, fundraising committee. The fundraising committee selected a leader, right? They selected someone who had already proven to us that she could get results. We have this great thing like pre-COVID. We would do a bingo, this big old bingo fundraiser. And you show up in this big old hall, this big old place, open place, all these tables. And as a group, you would get together with, 10 people, whatever it is, 10 people to a table, decorate that table. And then they would have like bingo. We would be playing bingo at the same time. I think the last time we did it, she had us to donate to some company or a school, a lady who was building a school. And I want to say Kenya, but don't quote me on that. It was another country that a lady was building a school for less fortunate children, right? And so we were all like, you know what? I'm going to get my bingo. I'm going to buy my bingo card so I can contribute to this school. And so she focuses in that area. So anyway, so she was the leader of this popcorn sales. So I was looking at the skills from my observation, what I observed of our project leads skills, communication skills, written, verbal, presentation, and public speaking. Like, just as she is presenting the information, it is clear and concise. She is able to speak so that we can hear her using the language that we understand, right? And she's a grown woman, so she's not breaking a lot of subject, verb things, right? And then in writing, when she was publishing how we would progress through this, it was very clear also, right? Interpersonal skills, she's very assertive, she's inspirational, and she has great skills of persuasion. As far as technology, email, Microsoft Suite, Zoom, and the Double Good app, she's excellent in all of those categories. Then her judgment, we talk about vision, project management, strategic planning. And then the other part for me is her character. She's honest, dependable, and she has a powerful work ethic. And so that's who led the group. And you have to think about that when you are in charge of something, and who is out front, who is speaking for the organization. And, will they be able to impress people, or will they be able to, repel people? You want to make sure you have someone who is able to pull people in, right? And so I mentioned earlier the objections. One of the main reasons we were successful. Good morning, Mo. I see you. Good morning. One of the reasons we were successful was because our leadership actually, it's as if they got together and say, what are the possible objections to this? What things might trip our members up? And they came together to make sure that we were successful. So objection number one was, I'm not familiar with a virtual boutique. What do you mean by that? So a week prior to us starting this, I think it was like 2 weeks prior, they presented the overall plan. They're like, hey, this is what we're going to do. What do you think? And we're like, yeah, sure. We'll sell some popcorn. And so the first objection was, I'm not familiar with a virtual boutique, a store. What does that mean? So what they did was they offered training to all of the chapter members. People who wanted to attend could, and they had different sessions. So that was objection number one. Then objection number two was, I'm not really sure of the message I would share to potential buyers. Like, what am I going to say to them? So guess what they did? They came up with sample messages for each day, and they encouraged us to tailor the message to our own audience. So they gave us a sample. It's like a writing prompt, right? And so they helped us with that. Then objection number 3 was, well, I don't really know a lot of people, right? And so they encouraged us to post on social media, to send text messages to family, friends, social, and work colleagues. So they helped us to think about, yeah, you do know some people, right? They actually was shifting our mindset by addressing each one of these objections. And the objection number 4 was encountering questions from potential buyers. What if people ask me questions I don't know? I don't know about this double good thing. So the leader, the project lead, she just addressed each one of the questions quickly, sisterly, and professionally. Like someone would ask us a question and we would pass it to her. She would give us the answer so we could pass it back, right? She helped us through that. And then the other objection is, like, I don't want a popcorn. I don't eat popcorn. I don't want it. I'm not paying that much for popcorn. And so the other thing was that the company has a donation option on their site. So if they didn't want the popcorn, you could simply donate. That was good. And then the other one was the last objection that I'm aware of anyway was that the dates fell on Easter, during the Easter holiday. And so we simply just pushed forward. we of course, we respected the traditions associated with this holiday, but we pushed forward, right? And so that was, so that's some of the things, like, you as a leader, one of the things you want to just sit down and just think about, just think through what objections might occur and how people might feel a little antsy about your vision, about your plan. You just say, well, okay, A, B, C, and D. You sit down ahead of time. So leaders need time to think, right? Time to think. You have to have space on your calendar each day to think. Oh, I see you, Mo. I don't know how I missed it. I love their popcorn. Good job on the fundraising. Thanks. Oh, no worries, no worries, no worries. And so address the objections. You need to actually have time to think. So one of the most consequential reasons we succeeded, and we succeeded in this particular project, but you and I, the reason we succeed beyond our wildest dreams is because of vision casting, right? Vision casting. So if you hear me on that, I want you to write in the comments, vision casting, vision casting. I want you to write in the comments, vision casting. See, the first thing was the popcorn sales project. The project lead, what she did was she provided evidence that other organizations had sold over $200,000 worth of popcorn with the Double Good company. She's like, this organization's already done this. Of course, we can do it, right? We're like, so we're gonna sell $200,000 worth of popcorn. We were like, what? But still, she showed us evidence. And then I think it was either the first or the second day of our 4 days, because it was only 4 days of this fundraiser. On either the first or the second day, our chapter president, she shared that she would like for us to achieve the $200,000 in sales, overall sales. She's like, I think we could do it, and I'd like for you all to go forward on it. I'm like, okay, well, have you ever worked with someone that you simply did not want to let down? You want to do your part. And so how do you get yourself in a position where people want to support you? They want to do their part in supporting your overall vision. And so that's where I was personally. I was like, you know what? Chapter president, I don't want to let her down. Let me do my part. So each night, the project lead would provide us with an inspiring update. This is how much has been sold overall, and this is what we want to achieve tomorrow. Each day she would do that, which was pretty good. And then, of course, all of us had access to a chat. The Double Good app, they allowed the participants, the people that were selling, to have access to a chat. And guess what we were doing on there? Chatting. We were sharing tips, techniques, goals, sharing like encouragement. And what did this do? It was like momentum. Like we were like, okay, we could do this. Let's go, team. We could do it. And so as leaders, right? And we're all leaders. We're all leaders. As leaders, you want to be able to know the vision, see the vision, and then share the vision, right? You want to be able to know, see, and share the vision. And, so what are we talking about with the vision? Like a vision statement itself is, it really just guides the organization, and it kind of helps us shape the future. And the vision is like a framework. If you had like you're building the house, you want to have a framework, and really it just helps the organization, helps your team members visualize what can be manifested. And so you want to know for yourself what the vision is, and then you want to be able to see the vision. And before you even share it, listen to me now, before you even share the vision, whatever it is, this thing that you have in mind to be manifested within your organization, within your team, within your home, then you want to know your people, and you want to understand what actually motivates each team members. Some people are motivated by awards or recognition. Some are motivated by career advancement or job security. And then there's other things. So you want to find out what motivates them. And then you want to use that as you approach them, as you share the vision. And then, as far as sharing the vision, that might look like, practically, it might look like you giving your team direction through like weekly meetings or daily conversations, and also like performance evaluation. You're sharing the vision, right? And you want to be able to vision cast. I think that's the most consequential thing we say. I see you over there, vision cast, and I see you, vision cast, and I see you. And so this is a picture of the store, my virtual store, and we were all told, put your picture up there, and we had a specific message to put underneath our picture. So that we were all united and aligned at the reason, the purpose, why we were doing this, our why, our collective why, not Angela Odom's why, right? But the organization's why, which I thought was really, I really appreciated the approach that our leaders took in, guiding us through this process. So I was able to sell $3,223 in popcorn in 4 days. It was simple. It was because of the roadmap that I was provided, and it was because of the vision casting. So what did I do? I presented the opportunity to my family, friends, social network, and then each morning I would provide a link to the virtual popcorn store, and then I would do like a eye-catching incentive. Like I tapped the two teacup chihuahuas. So I would say, hey, if I showed you showed you a video of my puppies eating out of my hand while they're sitting on the man and eating in my hand. If I showed you that, would you buy some popcorn? It was kind of comical, right? And then somebody would say, yeah, I'm in. So guess what? I would go record my puppies do that, and I come back and say, then the next post would be, hey, did you look at my puppies? Then buy the popcorn. It was just something as a joke to get attention. So that's what I did. And then each afternoon, I would do a wrap up, and I would thank the people who had purchased popcorn from me during that day. So I had a total of 69 people to purchase popcorn. Actually, it was 70 people to purchase from me over that 4-day period. And keep in mind, this was during Easter, when people were, some people were, abstaining from social media. People were traveling to their families, that kind of thing. So I'm just grateful for the $23 in sales, so I could contribute to the overall goal, right? So now I want you to just think through your next project, right? Imagine your next big project. So I'm going to ask you to start with the end in mind, develop a strategy. And then you address potential objections and provide necessary training. You can do one-on-one or group. You can do it virtual, whatever. Just provide the necessary training. Don't assume people know how to use whatever technology or whatever platform. Don't assume they know how to talk to people. You want to give them talking points, right? And then you remain positive, and then you're engaging in the overall process. Like you roll up your sleeves. You roll up your sleeves. That's what our fundraising committee did. They rolled up their sleeves. They all had popcorn boutiques. They were all engaged in the chat. It was like on everybody's comments, everybody's social media posts. The fundraising committee was all over the place, commented on people's posts, right? So it was like, whoa, this is exciting. And then you want to communicate throughout the entire process. And that is how you do it, right? That is how you do it. So I want to just, for you, if there's anything you get out of this particular session, it is vision casting, right? It is vision casting. That whole concept of yourself, making sure that you know the vision, that you see the vision, and then you share the vision. And of course, those skills that our project lead has: communication skills, interpersonal, technology, judgment, character. Those skills, I think that for me, primarily, besides from her enthusiasm, she was like pumped up all the time. I was like, okay, she excited, I'm excited, right? We can do this. And just the fact that I trusted that she was going to do what she said she was going to do, right? And oh, by the way, she was the only person who was engaging with the Double Good company. So there was not like different people giving Double Good feedback or interacting with them, or when there was an issue or something to object to, there was just one voice. We all spoke with one voice through the project lead, right? And so, as you are thinking through how to go forward, and you have team members, you want to make sure that you have team members that are trustworthy, right? The people who actually represent your values. That's a big deal. Because imagine, I'm just thinking like if we had someone, which I can't even think of who that would be, that, did not have good communication skills or character, then we'd be like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm not participating in that foolishness. I don't want to be associated with that, right? So just think that through. And so with that said, I did mention earlier that on April 28th, on Wednesday, April 28th, the last Wednesday in the month, I will be hosting a book review and book discussion of David Goggins, and that's Goggins. His book is Can't Hurt Me. I thought I had it like close by, but I don't. Can't Hurt Me book, and it's focusing on mindset. Right at the end of each chapter, he has some different exercises for us to do. And so if you actually follow me on my Instagram page, Angela O Reading List on Instagram, and then you'll see the information there. And I'll post a link here for you. So on just so you know, on the flyer that I've already created, the Zoom link is there. However, for people who want to get more information, more details, and work a little closer with me, then I'll give you an opportunity to take the next step. So I'll post those for you. But anyway, with that said, my name is Angela Odom, and I am so excited, right, to see what you manifest and who you support. However, we know that for the Better You Project, people in the Better You community, we show up for ourselves first, and then we serve others from the overflow. All right, you all take care and have a good rest of the day. May the good Lord continue to bless you. And you know what? My name is Angela Odom, and as always, I am rooting for you. We raised $300,000. Can you believe that? Bam! Take care, y'all. Bye, Candace.